Love. It is the most profound human experience. It's the subject of every second song on the radio, the driver of history, and the reason you occasionally find yourself crying into a tub of ice cream at 3 a.m. We like to think of falling in love as a magical, spontaneous event, a spark that ignites when we find the one. We believe our type, that specific cocktail of traits we find irresistible, is a matter of personal taste, like preferring chocolate over vanilla or space exploration over deep sea diving. But here's the thing, your type might not be your choice at all. It turns out the person you find most captivating, the one who makes your heart race and your palms sweat, might actually be a carefully selected candidate chosen by your oldest wounds. In reality, your subconscious isn't looking for a soulmate, it's looking for a familiar battlefield. To understand why we are often most attracted to the people who are worst for us, we need to zoom in to the most complex machine in the known universe, the human brain. Imagine for a moment that you are a tiny architect. You've just been dropped onto a brand new planet called life. You have no tools, no instructions, and you don't even know what a building is. Your only job is to build a love map, a set of blueprints that will tell you what human connection looks like and how to survive it. For the first few years of your life, you are a sponge. Your caregivers are your entire universe. They are your first crushes, your first heartbreaks, and your first source of safety. If your caregivers were consistent, warm, and responsive, your love map is simple. It says, love is safe, people are reliable, I am worthy. But for many of us, the blueprints get a bit messy. Maybe your parents were only affectionate when you achieved something. Maybe they were physically present, but emotionally a million miles away. Or maybe they were unpredictable, warm one minute and a thunderstorm the next. What's really happening is that your developing brain is performing a survival calculation. To an infant, being ignored or rejected isn't just sad, it's a literal death threat. If your caregivers aren't looking after you, you die. So your brain adapts. It learns that to get love, it must perform, or hide, or stay constantly on edge. By the time you reach adulthood, these blueprints are locked in a safe in your subconscious. And when you go out into the world to find a partner, you aren't looking for happiness, you're looking for a match for your map.
Let's look at a scenario. Meet Sarah. Sarah is brilliant, kind, and has a great career. She says she wants a partner who is stable, communicative, and kind. Then she meets Mark. Mark is charming, but he's also inconsistent. He disappears for days, he's vague about his feelings, and he's slightly condescending. Logically, Sarah should leave, but instead she feels an intense magnetic spark. She's obsessed. She tells her friends, "I've never felt this way about anyone before." This is where things get complicated. Sarah's father was a man who loved her but was often emotionally unavailable. To little Sarah, love felt like waiting. It felt like trying to be good enough to be noticed. When Sarah meets a nice, stable guy who texts back immediately, her brain says, "This is boring, there's no chemistry." But when she meets Mark, her old blueprints light up like a Christmas tree. Her subconscious whispers, "Finally, I know this game. This is what love feels like. If I can finally get Mark to love me, I will finally heal the wound my father left." Psychologists call this repetition compulsion. It is the brain's attempt to rewrite a bad ending from the past by recreating the exact same circumstances in the present. We aren't attracted to Mark despite his flaws. We are attracted to him because of them. He is a perfect stand-in for the person who first hurt us.
But why does it feel so good? If Mark is bad for Sarah, why does she feel a spark and not a warning? Let's zoom in on the neurotransmitters. When we meet someone who fits our trauma-informed love map, our brain triggers a massive release of dopamine. Dopamine is the reward chemical, but it's also the anticipation chemical. It thrives on uncertainty. In a healthy relationship, your nervous system feels regulated. You feel oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, which is calm, warm, and steady. But to someone used to the high-stakes drama of childhood trauma, calm feels like nothing. In reality, what we call the spark is often just our amygdala screaming in recognition. The amygdala is the brain's alarm system. It's responsible for the fight or flight response. When Sarah waits for Mark to text back, her body is flooded with cortisol, stress, and adrenaline. Her heart beats faster, she can't eat, she can't sleep. She interprets this physical distress as passion. She thinks, I must really love him because I'm so anxious. But here's the thing, if you feel like you're on a roller coaster, you aren't in a romance, you're in a physiological stress response. Your brain has confused the danger of the unknown with the excitement of love. We are essentially addicted to the chemical highs and lows that mirror our childhood instability.
So, are we doomed? Is our love map written in permanent ink? It turns out the brain is remarkably plastic, but the cure for trauma-based attraction is something most people hate: boredom. Imagine Sarah goes on a date with David. David is a good guy. He tells her he likes her. He calls when he says he will. He is emotionally available. Initially, Sarah will feel nothing. She might even feel a bit repulsed. She'll tell her friends, he's great, but the click isn't there. But here's where it gets interesting. If Sarah understands her trauma, she can pause. She can realize that the click she's looking for is actually the sound of a trap snapping shut. Healing isn't about suddenly being attracted to healthy people. It's about learning to distrust the spark and giving the boring people a chance to become interesting. It's about teaching your nervous system that peace is better than passion-induced panic.
Why would evolution let this happen? Why would we be programmed to seek out pain? If we zoom out to the cosmic scale, we see that humans are a species built on adaptation. Our brains don't care about our happiness, they care about our survival. In the wild, familiar is safe, and unfamiliar is dangerous. Even if the familiar is a bit painful, your brain knows you've survived it before. It's a known quantity. But we are no longer just surviving on the savannah. We are seeking fulfillment, connection, and joy. Our trauma doesn't just pick our crushes to hurt us, it picks them because it is desperately trying to finish a story. It's looking for a way to turn a no into a yes. It is a testament to the human spirit's desire to heal, even if it goes about it in a very messy, confusing way. So the next time you feel that overwhelming, world-shaking spark for someone who seems a little bit complicated, a little bit mysterious, or a little bit unavailable, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, does this feel like a new beginning, or does it feel like a familiar ghost? Understanding how our past influences our present doesn't take the magic out of love. In fact, it makes it more incredible. It means we have the power to consciously choose a partner who supports our growth rather than one who echoes our wounds. It might mean that the most romantic thing you can do isn't following your heart, it's training your heart to recognize that true love doesn't feel like a whirlwind. It feels like coming home to a house where the lights are on, the door is unlocked, and you don't have to perform to be allowed inside. The universe is vast, and human connection is one of its greatest mysteries. But the most important journey isn't finding the perfect person, it's understanding the tiny architect inside you and helping them draw a new, better map. What if the spark you're looking for isn't in someone else, but in the moment you finally decide you deserve a love that doesn't hurt? That is a mystery worth solving.